The Joe Rogan Experience.
It was like a great moment. I love, dude, if I had a videotape of every experience I've had with black people in an audience, I would be the most famous comic in the world. I've had black dudes get on stage in Miami, right? Real shit. Fucking 3 gangsters in the front row. True story on my children. Fucking, they're ruining the show for everyone. And I go up and I just talk to them. One dude gets up on stage halfway through my set. And he's like, this is a real motherfucker. He's keeping it real talk right now. Real talk. You know what real motherfuckers get in the 305? And he drops his pants and shows his dick. Place goes bananas, right? They're like, oh, and it's the biggest, blackest. It's almost purple. It's so black. Like, but it's huge. It's huge. And I'm like, that is real. That is fucking real. And then I'm like,
how big is his dick?
Fucking monstrous.
9 inches, 10 inches.
And it's a shower. It's like a thick. It's thick and uncircumcised. I'm just looking at it like, holy shit. So then I go, man, that's fucking, his name was Ray. I don't know why I remember that, but I'm like, Ray, I think you might want to get off stage because I can guarantee you they're calling the cops right now, and I don't want you to go to jail for just showing your dick. He's like, I appreciate that. Good looking out. And then he puts his pants on and leaves. So then I go, man, how do you follow that? Another gangbanger stands up, gets on stage. I go, please tell me we're seeing another cock right now. Pulls his pants down, fucking just as big, but lighter, like a lighter brown. And I'm like, holy shit. I'm like, and I was like, you might want to go catch up with Ray because I guarantee you they're calling the cops now. So they're sitting with, I swear to you, all my children, they're sitting with a hairless albino. Okay. And I said, and now the crowd is like fucking in a fevered pitch. I go, that's funny. Out of all the dicks I wanted to see, it was yours. He stands up, gets on stage, takes his dick out, and it looks like a lighthouse. Just no grass, bright white, and they're flipping over fucking tables now, like fucking going nuts. And I was like, ladies and gentlemen, that's my show.
That's the perfect way to end.
Got off, like that's my show.
Damn.
I literally.
How do you follow that? You can't follow that.
Can't follow it. I literally
A white glow in the dark Casper the Ghost dick.
Oh, it was beautiful, and it was big. It was big. I swear to you, it was big, and I was like, fucking. And then they all waited for me out at the bar, and they were like, dude, we're taking you out. And I was like, I don't think this doesn't end this way. The furthest I go is I have a joke about I think it's racist that they don't make black baby powder. Like, I just think that from a company named Johnson & Johnson, they would have thought of that by now.
That's pretty funny.
And then they go, that's how I'm gonna make $1 million. I'm gonna make black baby powder, and then I'll call it Magic Johnson & Johnson's. So then one night, this is great. One night, this black dude sits up in an audience in Miami. He goes, "Hey, motherfucker, when you get done your little joke about black baby powder, I'll tell you I don't make shit." And so I was like, I think I'm done with the joke now. Like, why don't they make it? And he goes, "We don't have a problem with moisture the way you guys do." He goes, every time I hug a white guy, it's like hugging a dolphin. He goes, black people have a problem retaining moisture. So they have a problem getting ashy. So they have to always stay moist, whereas white people are constantly fucking moist.
Whoa.
And so he's like, they just never needed black baby powder. Black
Dude,
people
he
don't
schooled
use.
you.
And I was like, but it was awesome.
My favorite one was in Pearl Harbor.
Pearl Harbor, Hawaii?
Me, Tom Segura, and Russell Peters. And I go up, and I do okay, but maybe I was dirtier than I should have been, but it's totally fine, because the only rules they had were don't make fun of the Hawaiians. That was it. Don't make fun of the Hawaiians, and don't bring up Pearl Harbor.
What?
Tom's opening joke, he's like, man, there's a lot of fat people here. He's like, I heard island life was slow, but I didn't know they were talking about their metabolisms. Then he says, I got lost walking around. Luckily, a Japanese guy pointed out the directions. Man, those Japanese know this place like the back of their hand. I mean, he bombed so hard that when he got off, he was like that early sweats, like where you could, and he's like, oh, I'm pretty good. And you're like, you might want to go back to your nest and rot. You know, Tom's going to lose his shit. That video of where I'm shaving Tom, that's that week. Yeah.
What was the gig? Like, who was it for?
For the USO.
Oh, that's a military gig. That's not a corporate gig.
Yeah, but that same energy.
Oh, okay.
So then Tom sits next to me. This is my favorite part. Tom sits next to me, and Russell Peters comes on stage, and you can hear there's a murmuring. Now, mind you, we're at war with Iraq, and Russell Peters is a little brown for their taste. Mm-hmm. And Tom goes, I never realized he looks like the enemy. And Russell Peters is, by the way, didn't acknowledge it, had a great set, but you could hear that kind of like, They brought up one of them, like, and Tom and I were in the back, like, this is bad. The next day,
Really?
Yeah.
You thought it was bad because he was brown?
It was only because we had gone to rifle training the day before, and Russell had randomly chose not to go, and the first words at rifle training was, "There's one rule here: if it's brown and it moves, you kill it." And Russ and Tom was like, "Thanks God we didn't bring Russell."
What the fuck? Imagine if you're Mexican and you're in the fucking army and they tell you that
Yeah.
shit.
If it's brown and it moves, we kill it.
Whoa, that guy said that?
And we brought our wives to it. We brought our wives to rifle. We shot every gun they had. We brought our wives. And the girls were like, right before we stepped in, they go, "Can we go to the bathroom?" And we're like, "Yeah, go to the bathroom." So we walk in, and the guy's like, "I thought there were going to be 6. And he's like a real military guy. And we're like, "Yeah, the girls went to the bathroom." He goes, "Okay." And then Tom goes, "Hey, do me a favor. When they get in, act a little like aggressive to them and misogynistic, and let's just see the looks on their faces." So the girls walk in and he goes, "Well, typical ladies got lost. Don't know what time it is if their man's not next to them." And Christina and my wife started bubbling like, "What the and he's like, "Ladies, do follow the men. They'll know what to do. Thank you, gentlemen." And I mean, he got into character so good that Tom stepped in. He's like, "It's a joke, everybody. It's a joke. He's doing it because we asked him to." This guy was good.
Wow, that's funny.
Yeah.
That's hilarious. Yeah, it's funny that you can get a trained killer to just crack jokes.
Oh, that was a really fun trip.
If it's brown, kill it.
If it's
Oof.
brown and it moves, you kill.
Bro, there's parts of South Africa that are rough, you know?
Yeah, you think?
Yeah, rough.
I've been to those.
Apparently, like, carjacking down there is just out of fucking control.
Bro, we were in South Africa.
There he is.
We spent the night in a shanty town. And I went in and I brought soccer balls. I bought like 40 soccer balls for all the kids, right? Because we were going to play soccer with them. So I bought a big truck full of soccer balls. It was on Travel Channel. I roll in with like 40 fucking soccer balls, and their coach loses his fucking mind. Just shy of hitting me with a machete. He's like, "What the fuck are you doing? You're going to give every kid this in here a soccer ball?" He was, "They'll all get fucking murdered on the way home because someone will kill them for their soccer ball." And I was like, "Sorry." And he was like, "Take them the fuck out of here." So then we spent the night, right?
Murdered for a soccer ball.
Dude, it's a shanty town. Soccer balls got value there. Especially, think of all we spend the night, we party that night. One of these.
Wait a minute,
little
this story
tins.
just got weird.
We
Partying with the kids. Sorry.
No. We
in the
stayed.
shanty town.
It was fucking crazy, dude. It was like at a belly. Like everyone's
like a Bob Marley
sweaty,
song.
everyone's dark.
Wow.
Oh, it's fucking badass.
Did you get malaria?
No, I was on those pills. I was dreaming crazy. We woke up the next day, right? I'm outside having coffee in my little shanty thing. Guy comes sprinting down the street, and a mob is chasing him. And I'm like, "What the fuck?" And our handler's like, "Oh, yeah." And I go, "What?" And he goes, "I heard about this. He stole a pillow." And I was like, "He stole a pillow?" And they're like, "Yeah, he stole a pillow. Don't worry, they'll get him. They're going to necklace him." I go, "What?" And he goes, "There's justice here." They put a tire around his neck and light him on fire. I go, "For a fucking pillow?" I was like, "All right, wrap it. We're done. I'm getting the fuck out of here. I'm not spending another second here."
Why would you risk that for a pillow? Just
It's
fold
just-
your arm
have
under
you ever
it.
had